Welcome to this video guys. In this video we're going to learn about default parameters, rest and spread destructuring. Okay, default parameters is the parameters which is taking in the arguments of a function. Okay, let's suppose that we have a function. Okay, in the function we are taking the arguments. Okay, we will give default value to it. That is what the default parameters is. That is meaning when we calling this function, okay, we didn't pass the arguments, then the function will process with the default value which is provided. Okay, if it is passed, then it will take the passed value. Let's suppose say here we have a greet function. Okay, it is taking the name, default value is guest. We're calling this function. First time we're passing as alias is the name. Okay, so then it will take the alias as the value for the name. It will print the hello alias. If you don't pass, next time we're not passing anything, so then it will take the default value of this one. The use case of this one is that we can avoid the undefined errors and we can make the flexible function would become the flexible. Second thing, the last thing is we can avoid the logical operations if and pipe symbols in the code. Why? Because if you go, the code will go to the production, there is something concept called sonar cube which will check all this, how many if conditions you have written. Okay, all these things it will check and will throw the errors. So default parameter is one of the best practice to use. Okay, if you don't know, uh, to avoid all kind of issues. Okay, we can give the multiple arguments as a default also, that's not a problem. And coming to the rest and spread operator, so it is interesting one. It is a three dots. Okay, it will use for both the rest and spread operations. Okay, rest operations means, let's suppose in a function we don't know how many number of arguments will come. Okay, then we will use this three dot symbol with a variable which will take the rest of variables in an array. See here, we are passing three elements in this one. Okay, we are passing four elements in this one, but in our functions we are using the rest operator, so the numbers variable will take these arguments as an array and it will do the process. So it will handle both three arguments, four arguments. If we give five also it will handle. So n number of arguments here in this case we can handle. Okay, so I will tell you about the destruction. Okay, let's come to the spread operator. Let's suppose that we have array 1, array 2, but we want to merge these two arrays using the spread operator like this. This is the same one, three dots, array 1, three dots with array 2. It will make, spreading of this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and will give the new one. It is used for a spreading operator. Okay, it will be useful for both arrays and objects. Okay, the third one is copying. Okay, so let's suppose I have an array. I want to copy this array to new variable. So copied array. The spread operator it will copy. But the good thing is the copied array. If you do some changes on a copied array, it will not affect the original one. Get my point? If you do some changes in a copied array with the spread which is made by spread operators, it will not affect the original one. That means it will not copied by the reference. Okay, you understand this one. Okay, coming to the spread operators with the objects, see, I have this object, but in this object along with this one I want to add a new key. So you can do this, you can add a new key and make a new one. Okay, coming to the destructuring. Okay, see, we can destructure the arrays and we can destructure the objects. Coming to the destructuring of an array, it will destructure with respect to the indexing. Okay, let's suppose a 10, 20, 30. So we are destructuring this one, first, second, third. So it will map like this. See, 10 is at the 0 index and first is at the 0 index. So the first is equal to 10 and second is equal to 20, third is equal to 30, like that. So with respect to indexing, it will destructure. Destructuring meaning means, so if we don't want all the elements in a particular object or array, so that we can pick whatever we want. Okay, not all. Okay, red, green, blue. Let's see here, some elements we can skip. Okay, let's see, you have four but I want three, the first and third one. Then I skip the second one by putting the commas here without giving anything, and of course the fourth one I didn't keep even. Okay, this is how destructuring will happen in arrays. Coming to the destructuring in objects, this is the most important concept, because in a real time we always deal with the objects. Okay, if you know how to deal with the object strings and arrays properly, then you're a good coder, no doubt at all. So in a person, in an object with respect to keys, destructuring will happen, name and age. Okay, person name and age, person name and age, it will happen. Sorry, in this person object we will take in the keys name and age. Okay, renaming of the variable. See here, why it is important is, let's suppose say uh, we are taking the data from the database. So database, it doesn't mean that always keep, camel case like in JavaScript. So database can keep sometimes, Pascal case, lower case, whatever the case. But in JavaScript we use always the camel case, right? So to change that one, we can use this kind of syntax. Okay, we will take this username from it and we will rename it username with N capital, or user email with E capital, like this. Okay, let's suppose if we have a file we already with the username, then we can change to this one. In a file we have the same username, then we can change this one. So this is the renaming of variable also useful. Okay, so I just implemented one more function here, that is we're taking the two, default arguments and rest operator. We will execute this one and see how it works. Okay, let's see, this is a simple function, so nothing great in this one, just we have to learn these concepts. Okay, we're passing the create user, we are passing the alias name to here, and age is 25. We see the name default, we have guest, and age we have default 18, and hobbies, I mean a rest operator using rest of the arguments will come as an array here. Let's see how it works. So I'm using the JavaScript debug terminal. I kept the breakpoints. Okay, if you see the local of this function, okay, that is create user is the function name, and age is equal to 25 because I passed the 25 here. So it's taking the 25. Name is equal to alias, I am passing the alias is the name, and remaining things, read, coding, traveling, these all things as coming as the array here. For the hobbies, it is, see, this is an array. Okay, 0 1 2, this is the indexing of this one, and this is from. Okay, so it is returning the same name, age, and hobbies. Okay, we're printing those things. Okay, let's suppose I am not passing this one. So now I'm not passing anything. Okay, let's see how it behaves. Now again I'm calling the function. If you see, now I didn't pass anything, but it took the default values, name as guest and age as 25. Of course hobbies, there is no hobbies, so it is taking the empty array, so it is printing the same. This is how destructuring and arguments, default arguments, and spread and rest operators works. Okay, we'll meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.